Your book talks about the four components of a music culture from page 18 until page 30. It's pretty much the last portion of chapter 1. You should read that. You should read all of chapter 1. I'm hitting the high points, but make sure you read the whole chapter. The first component of a music culture is ideas about music. This includes music and the belief system, the aesthetics of music, context for music, and the history of music. So we have talked a little bit about how people connect music to their religious systems, and we're going to discuss that quite a lot. The aesthetics of music has to do with what people consider to be beautiful in music. So what is a beautiful sound? We've talked a little bit about our idea of what music is in general, but this idea of what makes music, and what is beautiful music is another part. The context of music. People in different cultures have different ideas about how music should fit into life. We already talked about the idea that the people in Ghana, the postal workers in Ghana, didn't believe they were making music. That has to do with the context where music exists. So that is an idea about where and when music happens and when it doesn't happen. And the last one is the history of music. So what has been happening in the past? Where has all of this come together? You can read a lot more detail about this in your book, but this is the idea about how we construct music. And we've talked a lot about this in this unit, in this module. We've talked a lot about what we believe music to be, what the book believes music to be, what the definition of music is. And now we're kind of trying to place that into each culture and what do they believe about music. So that's the first thing, the ideas about music. The second thing are the activities involving music. And every culture has different activities where they would use music. And we're going to discuss some of those as we work through our book this semester. We'll have ideas about where people are performing music, where they're not performing music, how that music fits into things, the different activities they do. The third thing is the repertoires of music. I apologize for keep glancing at my notes. I do have this known, but it's in my head and I want to keep it straight. The repertoire is a weird word. It's basically meaning a collection of music. So it's how we collect different things. We might collect them based on text. We might collect them based on the settings. They might be based on movement, like dances. All these dances fit into this repertoire. There are so many hundreds of different ways we can categorize and collect music. Those are the repertoires of music. So the first three things, the ideas about music, the activities about music, and the repertoires of music, are all things we think about music. They don't exist in the world. Ideas exist in our head. Activities exist where we do things. Repertoires exist in collections, but usually not. They might exist in physical collections, but really they're collections of music. And music isn't a physical thing. Music is a thing that we hear, that happens, that we make, and then it goes away. Music is very ethereal. So these first three things we can't touch. The fourth thing is the material culture of music. Those are the things we can touch about the music. Instruments, sheet music, recordings of music. Our phones are part of our material culture of music. Most of us listen to music on our phones. Anything we use, records, CDs, tapes, tape deck players, record players, pictures of people making music, books about music, people writing about music. Anything you can physically touch is the material culture of music, because music itself isn't material. It's a sound that we hear. We can't see it. We can't touch it. So those are the four components: ideas about music, activities about music, repertoires of music, and the material culture of music. You should know those four components and what they are.